What's good, y'all? It's your boy Pivoting the Beast. Welcome to ETB Hoops. Let's get it. We're going to be doing a free agency update. A couple of things have happened throughout the league. Just want to make sure y'all are updated. Make sure y'all have the information as fast as I could possibly get it to you. A couple of these things happened today, so just want to make sure you know. Let's go ahead and get straight to it. The Raptors signed Cameron Payne to a 2-year deal. Somebody said in an Instagram comment that he's one of the washed players in the league. That's pretty funny. Cameron Payne has jumped around from team to team. People know him from dancing with the Brody, but the Raptors go ahead and pick him up on a 2-year deal. The Suns signed I think it's Check Diallo to a 2-year deal. Little side story about Diallo. He was on my 2K18 my association team, and we simmed on the league, like simulated it until this season that's coming up, and he's a beast. He was a beast. I think he was like an 86 overall. He's a shorter big man. He's like 6'9". He has really long arms though, and he's really athletic. So I throw him lobs, he get blocks. He's a beast. I think he won most improved, but that's pretty funny. But the Suns went ahead and picked him up. Mil Jefferson signs with the Magic's 1-year deal, but very coachable player. Plays his role, fundamentally sound, solid guy. Good guy as well. He plays for the Magic. Nigel Williams-Goss, people know him from the Gonzaga team that played really well in the tournament. He signs a 3-year, $4.8 million deal. One thing about guards in the league, it's crazy because there's so many of them and a lot of them are good, but some of them get signed and some sign big deals like Nigel Williams-Goss, and some of them get cut, like Antonio Blakely got cut from the Bulls roster. I think the Bulls, they just drafted Kobe White. He's going to be their point guard of the future. It's just sad to see that he's been cut from the roster. On the side note, the Wizards hire interim GM Tommy Shepard. The former GM was Ernie Grunfeld. He was the GM for like 15 years. He drafted John Wall and Bradley Beal, but I think the organization is going to go ahead and take a step forward, move the interim up, and just try to give Washington a new look. Washington to go ahead and blow their roster up, get rid of Wall and Beal, and just start rebuilding with the younger guys. Give them good minutes, allow them to grow, and allow them to become great players. They have a great center in Thomas Bryant. I have him in my most improved list this year, so I think it's time for the Wizards to go ahead and do that. But Kyle Korver signs a deal with the Bucks, 1 year. Bucks get a shooter. Kyle Korver's on a new team every year. Harden and Eric Gordon withdraw from Team USA so they can go ahead and start building with the Rockets. Go ahead and start practicing with the Rockets. Adjusted to their new system now that Russell Westbrook's going to be on the team. Like I said in my video, Kevin McHale is a Coach of the Year candidate this year. I think he's going to have a great system in place to really bring out the strengths in Russell Westbrook and James Harden's game. Both of them are slashers. Like I said, they can kick out to perimeter players and really give teams a hard time. And I don't want to hear any of that Russell Westbrook slander, ball hog slander. Not happening. Y'all watch out for the Rockets, no cap. Spencer Dinwiddie spoke to Kyrie Irving as early as December about him joining the Nets. So now we can kind of see where the roots started from the from the locker room issues in Boston. You can see where Terry Rozier is having his frustration, Brad Stevens, and everybody else in that locker room as well. If somebody else in that locker room or someone else on the team roster or within the organization knew that Kyrie Irving was already talking to other players about joining their team, and you aren't even halfway throughout the season, that's not a good look from your leader on the team. So I'm pretty disappointed in Kyrie for that. Boston deserves an apology. That's what I was going to say. It's pretty sad to see, but hey, that's the league. It's a business. The 76ers signed Chris Kumaje to a 1-year contract. He was from the Summer League. Congrats to him. Never heard of him, but yeah, congrats. Heat are shopping DeMar if they can't get Wall or Bill. It's going to be cool to see DeMar come back in the East. I don't think he's going to have any hope of winning anything at all in the West. So I know the Heat are kind of looking to sign a lot of big-name players, Wall, Beal. They were in the running for Russell Westbrook. But DeMar, that's a good pickup as well, too. The Mavs waive Kostas Antetokounmpo. That's pretty sad. He was in my Rising Stars. Actually, no, he was in my Summer League standout video as one of the players who have performed well. I think so. And it's just, he's been cut from the roster. the Mavs were always in my free agency update videos, signing a different player. So I can't say I didn't see this coming, but wow, I mean, I'm not excited to see. Yeah, I'm excited to see who's gonna pick him up in free agency now that he's on the waivers list. You know, maybe a team could go out there and try to build him into, you know, because he's a project player, you know, build him into what Giannis is. The Pacers signed Justin Holiday to a 1-year, $4.8 million deal. Chris Paul's likely to play out this season with OKC. They haven't found a good trade partner for Chris Paul, so he's still on the trading block for Oklahoma City. I think he's going to play a couple of games, maybe get traded before the deadline, and we'll see who will take Chris Paul. You know, he's an older guard. I think, like I say, he'll be 35 years old this year. So whoever wants to take on Chris, you know, an aging point guard with a really huge contract, you know, go right ahead. It's probably going to be a team that's looking to win now, a team that has enough pieces to battle, and maybe Chris Paul can, you know, can get them over the hump. He played well last season, but we're going to see. Chris Paul might be retiring. The Bulls, yeah, like I said, the Bulls waive Antonio Blakely. The Grizzlies will be wearing throwback jerseys this year. The Timberwolves signed Naz Reid to a 4-year, $6.1 million deal. Naz Reid was in my Summer League standout video as an underwhelming player. He obviously, you know, he got paid. He got his contract. He was part of the Jelly fan movement. I wish him the best. I really like his game. I think he's going to surprise a lot of people this year. Kyle Lowry is going to undergo thumb surgery. Bulls re-sign Shaq Harrison. So the Bulls decided to go with Shaq Harrison over Antonio Blakely. I actually saw Shaq Harrison play when he was with the Suns against the Hawks a couple seasons ago. So do I believe he's a better player than Antonio? No, but he probably fits the system better than Antonio. Dragan Bender, the former 3rd overall pick, signs to Moscow, so he's out of the NBA. And Blake Griffin is in trade talks to Houston. He's in a 3-way trade talk. I think they're looking to pair him up with Russell and Harden, so I see why they're pulling out all their players from Team USA. And it's going to be pretty interesting to see where Blake Griffin goes, but he's definitely being shopped. He's definitely not going to be on the Pistons come the end of this season. And that's going to be it for my free agency update. Go ahead, leave in the comments below if I missed anything. Go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell for post notifications. Peace.